This is a yogurt drink. I opened on a prior video and I was not able to drink it because it was frozen by the refrigerator. That's what I'm saying. Well, it's thawed out now, but I broke the seal already. So I'm just gonna say it that way. What I don't want is the separation of water and yogurt because it was frozen. Well, I guess it's okay. I would just throw it out. But I can't just throw it out because I owe a report to whoever owns the refrigerator that I need a new refrigerator. What's the point of renting an apartment when they leave the same refrigerator in the apartment for 13 years? Well, I don't own the apartment. I don't call some company like Sears or other. I know Sears is closed in Las Vegas, but we know what Sears is. So who would I call for a refrigerator? Lowe's. Oh, Lowe's and Home Depot have refrigerators. Yeah, I don't own the apartment that I could buy a refrigerator and have it here. I pay out all the money I have every month in rent. Uh, by that, it's being extorted. It's my money, but I don't have it because it's extorted. So I need to report to Lowe's and Home Depot. Well, you can give me a refrigerator anyway, even though I can't make the payment. I just reported that there is a refrigerator here you should have interest in, that it should be going back to God. You know, it really belongs in a cemetery for used old refrigerators. And I need a new one from Lowe's or Home Depot. I need you to deliver it. Lowe's is where I've seen refrigerators. Home Depot, I'm assuming they're there, but if I'm wrong because I haven't been to Home Depot recently, I'm going to say Lowe's has refrigerators. So maybe another reason I don't get refrigerators, if I don't blame the landlords for extorting all the money it costs to make a payment and to receive delivery of a refrigerator and keep it, because once if I have to get out of here, I don't want to leave behind a refrigerator that belongs to myself. So that's the reason I don't want to get one ever if I'm paying rent and extortion. Um, One reason I'm not just getting a refrigerator because you care about itself, right? At Lowe's, home improvement warehouses. So that's the employees of the Lowe's needing to be not helpful, but they need to be like good custodians. I want to say owner. I'm about to say owner, but I want to say good custodians of the everything that they see where they are in the Lowe's and everywhere they are. You have to be a high enough being to be around a refrigerator and to be a good custodian and to know God personally, that you want to do something with God for Himself, that you are not giving it for some kind of criminal edit or credit, but that it is itself a refrigerator. Where does itself stay? Where is it owning itself? Not whose refrigerator is it, but where does the refrigerator set? Where does it belong? Appointed, if it's like for a house and there's a realtor who says it's a well appointed kitchen. I hear that because I watch TV, but I don't ever hear that in person because it's not well appointed, is it? You are illegal in the genitals. So I'm about to agree with the creator of myself above myself that you're illegal in the genitals, and it's unlikely I will get what I want out of what I need out of you, which is I need you in jails and prisons on those points. You want to go to jail and prison on that. You can't get someone to leave you, like, let's say you have a traffic stop. And if a police officer says, I need to impound your vehicle because this is a very serious traffic stop, I'm not going to let you back into traffic, right? So if the police officer arrests you in handcuffs because he can, because he forced it, and he puts you into a jail, okay? And then you're inside the jail and you say you're fighting with the jail that you don't want to be there on those conditions, but that's the way that it is for you. That's really pressing God on the law, that you don't want to be in jail and prison on a point. And then you, once you're in the jail and the prison, you need to worry about a death for yourself. You can't be in a jail and say, yep, I need to get out, because that's God not having anything in it that he puts you in jail. Well, I don't afford that you're out in the public with that you don't want to be. If you don't want to be in jail, you need to be in jail for that reason. Yes, but God above, what is he going to do? He's going to bail you out. No, I don't have anything in that. So how do I get a refrigerator in the meantime that you're not high enough beings to give a refrigerator to a place where I stay and that I can have it? You want me to make a payment? That technically breaks the refrigerator, because the refrigerator goes right out the door the way it came in with the payment. It's too high. It's too much. I can make a payment for a Snickers bar. I can pay about $4 for a Snickers bar and you can keep the change. The king size Snickers bar, how much is that? Maybe $5 for a king size Snickers bar and you can keep the change. But I cannot make a payment for a refrigerator, which I would value at about $10,000. And you would see the price for a new refrigerator to be maybe $2,000 or $3,000. That's not enough. It could be $4,000. It's $10,000 to have a refrigerator. You're not allowed to have one. You're not allowed to move it out of stock. But the prices are low, and you are a debt that way. Your prices are not consistent with the kind of beings that you are. You have very high prices, but they're still not counted, from my point of view, as true, that every customer could see a price and the prices for everyone who looks at it. You have the wrong prices that way. You have Black people, Asian people, white people, Jewish people. You have animals in this. Oh my God. There was a pigeon in the Lowe's that can see the prices, okay? So that's, yes, the last time I was in the Lowe's, I don't belong in there. I'm not going back in the Lowe's. But the last time I said goodbye to the Lowe's, there was a pigeon in there and I did leave. I made my way to the exit and I left, and the pigeon was still in there. Yeah, it was flying around the upper part of the Lowe's warehouse. And I pointed it out to an employee, and they didn't leave that there was a pigeon in there. I walked out. Yes, I would say I work for the Lowe's that way. I would say I was, doing maintenance on the Lowe's warehouse. It had a pigeon up there. It was flying. That's how I saw it. It was flying. It was Las Vegas, Nevada. Uh, so the roadway that it's on, I can walk to it from here. Um, I walked there many times. What's nearby? There's a Jack in the Box nearby. There's a Subway nearby. There's an IHOP. I have to go down Fremont, and I have to go uh, Charleston sort of doesn't go parallel anymore, so it might cross somewhere around there. What else is near with McDonald's? That's why I'm there, because for the food, yeah. The Lowe's has some food for me to see it. They have Gatorade. They have some snack foods. Maybe that's unusual for a home improvement warehouse to have some things that you can eat. I tried to buy the Gatorade. The Gatorade was that I picked out, selected was past date. The Lowe's was selling a Gatorade that had expired. I picked the red Gatorade, maybe a 6 pack of single size Gatorades, and it was past date for the day I wanted to buy it. So I left them there. The staff not too helpful on that point. They're not helpful with the Gatorade being under $10. And then, of course, the refrigerators at Lowe's. How do you count the money? How many times do you pay $10? Or like if it's $2,000, that's $10. How many times? It's one large payment, but it's not really a fair payment. The credit card limit is going to tell you how much you can have in the payment, but then the credit card limit is the same for if you want to buy something that's less, or if you have a whole like I don't know, a cart full of things that you want to buy. The Lowe's, that would be not really a cart. What do you use at the Lowe's if you want to buy something? I know I would have to carry something at the Lowe's in my arms, in my hands and arms. Do they have a cart there? Okay, I can't remember that now. They must have something. They sell also laundry detergent. If you picked up, let's see, if you wanted to buy laundry detergent, fabric softener, and so you'd need something to carry it in. So I guess they have a cart, but it's Lowe's. You can't put a refrigerator in a shopping cart at Lowe's. So that's what I mean. The staff needs to be like that. They would be willing to do what is right for the transaction, and then maybe they have to leave. I approximately don't afford that your employment schedules involved that you get payroll with the employment schedule. Payroll and schedule together, I don't afford, you don't know how to leave that. And that's already after that you didn't know how to leave on other points. So if you have a manager who hired you and you're waiting to get fired by the same person who hired you, that's really going to make the management angry because you don't know how to be yourself. And they don't want to refer you to have another job someplace else. I need Lowe's staff to do things for me. I need them to come and look at the bath fitter that's here in the apartment and to remove it and put in a new one. But it's an apartment, I need a new key. Yeah, but they're not doing anything for me because while I'm here, they're not doing anything for me because they're working a schedule at the Lowe's and they don't leave their uniform or post, or that they're walking around the warehouse. They don't leave that. Lowe's has a key cutter in there. I can't use the key cutter right now because I don't have a place, like I need a new key. I need somebody that would give me a new key, and then I don't ever want to need a key cutter. I don't want a master key. I'd consider it a copy because someone will give me a copy of a key. I don't receive a master key from someone else. A master key is if you made it and then you owe it out in God. It's hard for you hostagers to know what a master key is because you don't have the key that you made given to who it belongs to, which is myself. I am alive here, so the master key is always belongs to myself, but I don't have any keys. All the keys are mine, but I don't have any keys. I'm using these keys right here for the time being, but it's expired. I'm not here unless everything died. There's a Terrible's convenience store across from Lowe's. They have a soda machine in there that I love. What I'm missing is a scoop of ice cream in the soda to make it a cream soda. I need a lot of bubbles in the soda that withstand the test of time. And if there's an ice cream scoop in the soda, that it would still have a lot of bubbles and a strong taste of carbonation that tastes just right in the soda. I have trouble getting the sodas to be fully carbonated for me. Maybe I'm old, that's what's wrong with me. So there's something called bubbly out there. If anyone's ever heard of bubbly, I tried bubbly because it was gifted to myself, and it has a lot of bubbles in there. And I need that about the regular sodas because the bubbly is like something like club soda with some flavoring in it, or how do I say, it's not a diet, or it's light soda. It's not really soda, it's more like mineral water with flavoring in it. To me, that's what I think of it. A real soda, it has the full 100 calories or 200 calories, or if you eat a big one, if you drink a tall soda, that would be some hundreds of calories, and the bubbly only has maybe some 10 calories or 15 calories, not enough for me. I need the calories. Even though I'm fat, I know I'm fat, I have to die. I can't go on a diet this time. I did go on a diet out of being fat, but this time I lost my height and the diet won't work. When I was full height, I did go on a diet and lose 75 pounds. But now that I am fat for the second time, I didn't go on the diet and I lost 2 inches of my height or more. I don't know how to measure it because my head got bigger and my height shrunk. And I am looking at that I don't afford the sodas being charged to myself. I don't afford that you charge me food money. I grew my height on charges of food money. And when I was full adult height, I was paying charges all through the time of about 31 years of being full adult height, 5 feet 6 inches tall for 31 years. And now you're still paying the charges for me, and I don't have full height right here. So about 5 feet 4 inches tall or 5 feet 3 inches tall, something like that, and overweight. Oh wow! And nobody wants to buy. I mean, if you were jealous or anything and charge me money, I'm fat now, and that's nothing to be jealous of. The beauty is pretty much it's spent. Yeah, whatever beauty you wanted to tax me on by making me make payments when I'm beautiful, the beauty is spent now. Now I'm fat, I'm not full height anymore, and I approximately don't afford the money. And you're still charging it. I can see you're still charging it, and I don't afford it. I need a death on myself out of the charges because you just don't stop charging. Somebody with the same last name as myself was before now I'm deceased, but he's still making payments for me. And I don't see the payments, but he's reporting it by phone that it is a payment of sorts. That I just don't afford that you're charging him any money. You don't just say, oh, this is for the soul of the superior founder. is there anything else I can get for her? And please keep in touch. And that's what you're supposed to do, because Mitch doesn't deserve the harassment that the cashiers are. Of all the cashiers, who are the cashiers out there? Can you see this video? All of you, anywhere ever, who might need to give me something, because you need that. Yeah, you don't think you need that? You need that. Well, I am done.